Welcome to a President's Day Monday. With this weekend's holiday box office, we had a little bit of a record broken. Sonic the Hedgehog set a record opening for a video game adaptation and was actually pretty well received. Personally, I felt that it was a little outdated and I'm waiting for the Pac-Man movie myself. I've been interested in Fantasy Island for a while. It did take third at the box office, but I saw it got absolutely destroyed by critics and audiences alike. But I'll tell you what, when I see a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, I have to see what makes it so bad for myself. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the newest horror film attached to the Blumhouse name. Our film begins with 4 fantasy winners arriving at the titular Fantasy Island, and we are treated to a quick little show nostalgia.
The plane. It's here.
Our protagonists are excited yet skeptical of how this whole thing is going to work, be it actors helping out or holograms. They know it can't be real, but they think it will satisfy some of what they're missing. Soon they meet the proprietor, Mr. Rourke, that assures them they're in for a magical experience, but warns them that they must see their fantasy through to the end, and they often don't play out as expected. We see our guests begin their fantasies, which range from having it all to being a soldier, taking back a biggest regret, and getting revenge on a high school bully. It's all fun and games until it's suddenly apparent that the island is magically making all these come true for real, and that causes some of these winners to rethink everything. As the film progresses, we see a retelling of the classic saying, "Be careful what you wish for, you just may get it." We see a monkey's paw-like effect taking place as all these fantasies start twisting into dark territory. We see 4 random wishes suddenly converging upon each other, forming a mystery that needs to be solved in order to survive. And yes, it turns out that some fantasies can lead to death. When fantasy becomes reality, our characters quickly must learn what they really want and how to get it. So, what to say about this one? Is it a great movie? No, but I'm glad I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score first because I went in with no expectations and was able to just sit back and have fun with this one. One of the criticisms I read was that it's just a Scooby-Doo story gone wrong, but that's what I enjoyed about it. It's a goofy mystery with some great tension that you're waiting to see exactly how it's going to turn out. Yeah, when you get to the point where you figure out exactly what's going on, you think, well, that's pretty flimsy, but then a character in the movie actually says that out loud, and you realize how self-aware this movie actually is. Seeing that this was a horror movie, I thought it was actually just a clever gimmick title with no relation to the 80s TV hit, but you quickly see that it is indeed the same place, and these events are leading up to that TV show. Producer Jason Blum used to watch the show and think of it almost in a Twilight Zone type of way, and that shows through in this movie. Personally, I found it a creative way to flip the genre and adapt a classic TV show to the big screen. So yeah, the movie is a little hammy, but I think it's a lot more fun than the critics have given it credit for. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think if you can turn off your brain and just watch, you could too. Don't get me wrong, it's not one you need to run out to the theater to see, but if you like fun horror, it's a good one to take in on the couch one night. Personally, I like seeing horror in that dark theater full of strangers, but that's just me. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Curtis, I know you've been skeptical about this one, but I think you'll have fun with it if you give it a chance.
All right, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.